Testing. Testing. All right. So, we can go ahead and get started. So, where we left off last time was the players had just got through the Silvered Pass, which is the Duergar ruin that had been taken over by the Sorrowsworn and stuff. Kata had just gotten her broom. They figured out the quest of Roll of the Blind and that little side quest that happened there. But they had just gotten through the protected gate that led them to the town of Durthach. And Durthach, if I go ahead over here, yes, this is the Silver Pass. This is where they just came from. Yeah, so if we go over here, yeah, so this is the town that they just got into. Now, I already did a pretty extensive bit of notes for this town, but essentially what they're going to be encountering here is the Darrow Man, who has the pet. If we go here, yeah, Darrow Man here, Cyrach, who has the pet Cloaker. And I think we have a pretty good idea of what's going to happen there. He's going to basically extort the players out of one of the magic items, or lest they don't succeed in a game of riddles, they will then he will then like attract the attention of the shadow dragon that is roaming the place, and the shadow dragon is guarding the portal here. And the shadow dragon is not just going to be someone who just like wants to kill him for kill him's sake, but is generally pretty bored because she has been guarding this portal for quite some time, and yeah, so she also wants to play a game with the players, a game of deadly hide and seek, which they may or may not pick up on that. So essentially, there's a few ways that they can get through this town, and I'm thinking that there's enough here that we can kind of on the fly produce some stuff here if they do want to loot the place. But overall, I don't see them spending. I mean, they could spend a whole session here. That's feasible. But I think that what's more likely going to happen is that they're going to encounter both these characters, and they're probably going to have enough time to get past it. And past the town is a place that they're particularly excited for, especially Bjorn, which is Michael's character. And that is the Sunken Temple of Iomedae, which is his god, of course. He's a paladin. And yeah, so that Sunken Temple of Iomedae was essentially partly why they wanted to open up this portal, because suddenly the denizens of the temple, the spiritual guardians and such, um, flooded into these passageways, which were the main trading routes. And of course, these Duergar in this town and the Silver Pass specialize in slave trading and stuff. And so, the temple was not down for that shit. So essentially, they opened up the portal so that they could, fight back. Of course, the Raven Queen and the Shadowfell are unpredictable, and while they did worship them, they did not. Um, they weren't really in their good graces, so they ended up getting destroyed. And of course, the temple sits there dormant. So once they get past the town of Durthach, they're going to go through this main highway, which has multiple little corridors and stuff that go off of it. And they were given an instruction that I think the sixth tunnel to the right, about 2 miles down the highway, that is the entrance to a wormway, which opened up the passageway to the sunken temple of Iomedae. So I'm thinking that if they're probably going to get to that this next session, or could get to that this session, that we should probably do the prep for the sunken temple of Iomedae. That means we've got to decide some history behind it. We have to know why was it sunken. Also, what's the current state of the temple? We got to make a map, and most likely, I'm currently thinking that at the temple there's going to be a set of challenges for the players, because in particular there is a shield of Iomedae, um, which Bjorn really wants. So I'm thinking that would be the reward for some sort of challenge of sorts. I also have to, come up with the character of Iomedae, his god, to make sure that it's, if there's any conversation, it's compelling. So let's go ahead and add a page here. Temple of Iomedae. Yes. Okay. So here's our to-do list. Let's go ahead and so we got to why is the temple why is the temple sunken? What is the current state of the temple? And make the temple map. Come up with Iomedae's gauntlet. And flesh out Iomedae as a character. Okay. Simple enough. First, why is the temple sunken? Let's tackle that next. All right, so let's go ahead and do heading here. Why is sunken? Let's see. So let's look up a little bit about Iomedae here, but Iomedae essentially is the goddess of justice. And I believe, if I remember correctly, it's from Pathfinder, not from D&D. That's fine. We're mixing crap up in this setting. So Iomedae. I did not spell that right. All right. So Iomedae is the goddess of righteous valor, justice, and honor. Having served as Eridan's herald, she inherited many of the followers upon his death, and continues to espouse the idea of honor and righteousness in the defense of good and battle against evil. So let's see. Was a human after joining the crusade. Pass the test of Starstone and acquire a spark of divinity. Her actions caught the notice of Eridan, who chose her as her herald. Iomedae served him. Okay, Eridan was inspired by Iomedae's devotion, optimism, tenacity in the fight against evil, and especially her goodness, which was a foil to his own dark thoughts that grew as the millennia passed by. Interesting. Okay. I'm just gonna note some of this important stuff here. So devotion, optimism, and tenacity. For goodness, which was devoted to his own dark thoughts that grew as the millennia passed by. Iomedae views Abadar as allies. She harbors a grudge against for keeping the truth behind Aaron's death secret. There's also a slight rivalry between Iomedae and Rory. Okay, this stuff I don't care about because these people aren't in this world yet. But believe that anyone can. Okay. She treats the Lord of Hell with extreme caution and never in more than an advisory role. Interesting. Okay. Iomedae's manifest is a valiant sword mistress in a full plate male wielding a long sword and a heraldic shield. This shield is what we need to make a magic item for. I forgot to put that on the list here. So make the stat sheet for Iomedae shield. Okay. I have got to learn how to spell her name. Okay. All right. So, just gonna zoom in a little bit more. All right. Iomedae's divine race are the angels known as these flying. Okay, so we got angels. I'm gonna put this under characters or yeah, monsters. Monsters. No, guardians. Angels. That's one of them. Flying metal wheels resembling harbingers for or lantern archons. Aid the goddess and her forces. Interesting. Okay. Metal flying beasts of some sort. Iomedae's servants include a number of former mortals who have been given divine power following death. Okay, so servants who once were alive. Former absolute monarch was chosen hand of the inheritor. Former. Okay. This servant of Iomedae manifests as a wheel of bright white metal illuminated by holy fire. That's interesting. I'm not sure if I like that, but it's interesting nonetheless. Okay. Servant is a young and but cheerful, spirited celestial gold dragon. They're already like meeting another dragon. I'm not sure if I need to put another one in there. Could be interesting though. You could have a dragon versus dragon fight. Be kind of cool. I'm gonna put that down as an option here. So peace through vigilance. This would be the gold of Iome. Lord help me in spelling this. Iomede versus Vithirin. Forget, did I do 2 R's? Yes, it did. Alright. Gold Dragon of Iomede versus Vithirin. Vithirin Shadow Dragon. Mayhaps be cool. Alright, this former priestess sometimes appears as an eagle-headed winged humanoid. Oh, jeez. Alright. The Church of Iomade is assertive and vigilant in rooting out evil. Many of its followers are actively involved in crusades. Roman gave the church purpose, finished the task. Eridan started years ago and finally defeat Descry, the demon lord believed to be behind the opening of the portal to the abyss. Okay. So we're not using the gods and goddesses from this universe, but we did bring in Iomade because when I was asking people to set up their characters, Bjorn specified that Iomade was his goddess. So Iomade is a kind of a just attached to this universe. But she's got to have relationships with all the other existing goddesses. So I'm thinking that because Iomade is the goddess of the goddess of justice and stuff, that she is going to be particularly annoyed with the goddess that that rules the Shadowfell. So this, of course, being the Raven Queen. And the Raven Queen is often unpredictable and kind of does whatever she wants. And that probably miffs her a bit. I wouldn't say that the two are like at war. But I think Iomade would be pretty fucking annoyed. So, okay. Let's write that down. Iomade is annoyed with Shadow Queen. She is a she was displaced from another I'm trying to think of the history of Iomade at the moment. From another realm. And her following rather slim. She is a bit let's say she feels like her world was ripped underneath her. So she values followers Um, faith above all else. Above all else. Let me see. What else can we say about Iomedae? Let's see. She was displaced from this other realm. What realm? And following is rather slim. She feels like the world was ripped from beneath her, so she values her followers. Faith above all else. Faith and loyalty above all else. Recently, she has grown rather quiet because she feels like she is lost. Followers started to forsake her, and her ideals are quickly thrown aside. Feels like her world is ripped from underneath her. She values her followers' faith and loyalty. Well, else, recently she has grown rather quiet because she feels like she has lost. Followers have started to forsake her, and her deals are quickly thrown aside. That is not how you spell expedition. All right. Okay. Next. So we get some of the motivations. She's in a strange realm. Her followers are dwindling. Not realm, I think it's plane. Let's just look at some stuff. Each world in the D&D multiverse has its own pantheons. This appendix deals with one pantheon, Forgotten Realms. Okay, so I'm thinking, yeah, she was from another world. Galarian is the main world of Pathfinder. So we'll have her come from there. From another world. Galarian. So following is rather slim. In Galarian, she was revered. And what caused her? What caused her to go? Hmm. Um. Okay, that's a question to ask. Recently, she's been rather quiet because she feels like she has lost. Her followers have started to forsake her, and her ideals are quickly thrown aside. Few temples were erected in her honor by her devout followers. However, few temples were erected in her honor by her devout followers. However, um, those few have gone into ruin and been assaulted by followers, gods. She probably. So now we need to get to the point of why did the temple sink? We have a little bit of backstory here. Um, okay. Temples were erected in her honor by her devout followers. However, those few have gone into ruin and been assaulted by followers of other gods. Um, the final temple to survive was relocated underground by Iamade when she realized I cannot realized she had lost and wanted to preserve her last home. This is temple of what are we gonna call it? Do we have anything realm like Axis? Heaven second tier. Providence, servants. Okay. Hmm. Painted white and feature arched entrances, pillared courtyards, fountains, and statues. Good to know. Our holy text is called the Acts of Iomade. This is important information. Holidays, holy sites. Absalom. Site of verse 7th. Okay, so the Acts of Iomade. This is a good one. Okay. Iomede's favorite animals include lions, eagles, and other symbols of leadership. That's good. Certain dedicated worshippers perform daily obediences in order to receive a divine blessing. Iomede's obedience takes the form of ritual in which the worshipper holds his primary weapon in front of him, with the goddess's holy symbol attached. Then he prays for guidance and protection from the inheritor while promising to follow her teachings. When performed correctly, the ceremony is said to instill uh, preternatural. I have not heard of that word for some reason. What does that mean? Beyond what is normal or natural. Okay. Preternatural. Preternatural. Okay. Preternatural skills in diplomacy and knowledge of all things pertaining to noble classes. Hmm. Okay. Her priests are composed of clerics and paladins. Yep, we already read that. So, Iomede's obedience takes the form of a ritual. When performed correctly. Okay, so this is some information that is useful. All right, so we have some direction in terms of style and all this stuff that she likes, reasons why Michael's character might actually not be doing so hot. He hasn't been performing these rituals and stuff. He's not really talked to Ayamade, hasn't gone into any temples in a long time. Yeah, you gotta think about that. All right. Dragon versus dragon fight here. I think that this is probably a no-no. Simply because honestly, I think that the golden dragon would be really cool um, to include later on at a specific point of which I will not mention at the moment. But all right, so what is the temple's name? Casa Iomade. Um, is maybe names for temples. Why the hell not? Mosque of Twilight, Sanctum. I like Sanctum. Church of Consequences. Monastery of Dedication. Temple of the Mountain. Church of Truth. Mosque of Utah. Sanctum of Dominoes. um... Hmm. This is the temple. This is the monastery of Iomade. Monastery of Iomade. In the front porch. The title has been painted over to say Tomb of Iomade. Okay. All right. I think that's it's pretty good. We can go back to that if we want more. But why is the temple sunken? We already got that. What is the current state of the temple? None of her followers are there. It's there. One of her followers had left the temple, putting the tomb there. I'm thinking. Let me see. What's done has been painted over with dried blood. Say the tomb of Iamda. This was done by dragon piece through vigilance. I like that. The dragon forsaker. Just before final battle began. Ooh, boy. Okay, so we got some cool shit here. All right. So what's the current state of the temple? Let's see, this we have already established. I can put this right there. Why is it sunken? Okay, Guardians. All right, let's do a current state. All right. Temple is partially destroyed from battle. and also and a large chunk has gone missing from the purple worm tunneled through. The only guardians or sentries are that are autonomous or otherwise created by the day. So I'm thinking that there's like 3 angels that are left. And then the rest are other things. All right, so let's do doesn't seem right. um Naga, Kirin, Plantar. Hmm. Okay. D&D. Yeah. Yeah, it's gonna be a planetar. Hmm. Rolls, race, class, featuring monsters. All right. So we want celestials. Show advanced fill. Alignment size, mounting challenge rating. Let's do. Yeah, let's do anywhere from 1 to the planetar. Quaddle. Diva. Deva. What if it's Pegasus? Planetar. What the heck? Misplaced monsters. Spirit Lancer, the Abbot. Unicorn, Winged Bull, Winged Lion. There's, I'm not seeing any that I'm in love with here. Where's Angel? Is it not a celestial? Size, environment, alignment, senses, skills, legendary, has layer resistance. Monster tags. Angel. There we go. This seems incomplete. Okay, let's do 0. Is an angel 0? No, it's not. Okay, I believe that I have angels as a specific type in the monster manual, so I'm gonna grab that real quick. All right. Angel time. Let's see. Got a bunch of ancient dragons. None of them. Nope, they're just not a creature here. Okay, what about Planetar? Do we got anything in there? Their thing. Okay, they are on page 17. So they're there. Okay, here we go. Okay, so Adeva animated armor. Deva is, I guess, their version of Angel. Okay. Let's go ahead and so 3. I want to see if I'm pronouncing that right. The Deva. Okay, it is just Diva. Okay. All right, so 3 Diva. Let's do D&D, and we're gonna do name generation. Do we have a thing here? Archfey, Angel, Dragon, Giants, Ogre, Hag, no. Nope. And these are the playable races. Of course, there's not going to be a Deva there. Oh, there's a Deva as a playable race. Interesting. Okay. So we got some names here. Let's do Ider. Mosul. Echrach. Ronsar. Arsir. Sumid. Reman. Okay, let's do Arsir. And the planetar can be Yoman. Ezi and Risa. Ezi and Risa. And then we're going to have a bunch of animated armors. How many of those? I don't know, 10 plus. What about, there should be another. It's like the. Spirit Guardians is obviously a spell. I'm just going to look at this real quickly because we ran into it last time and we were confused about the rules a little bit. So you call forth spirits to protect you. They flit around you a distance of 50 feet from your duration. For the duration, if you are good or neutral, respectful. If you're evil, they appear fiendish. Interesting. When you cast a spell, you can designate any number of creatures you see to be unaffected by it. And the creature is there. Alright. You must make a wisdom saving throw. An affected creature's speed is halved in the area, and when the creature enters the area for the first time on a turn or starts its turn there, it must make a wisdom saving throw. Okay, yeah, we definitely, when they're reading the spell, they definitely fibbed it a little bit to me. The spell does not actually, when you cast it, start with that effect, and we effectively made it so that it's like when she actually casted Spirit Guardians, it just kind of like affected the people around her immediately when it really should just be at the start of their turn. So, right, I'll keep that in mind for next time. But that's not what I want. I want we could do some animated weapons. Hmm. Okay. Let's do. Hmm. That's interesting. Mm. This might be Shield of Iomade. I think it is. I think it is. Animated Shield. All right, I'm doing it. Okay. That's our Roman animated armor. 4 plus animated weapons. All right, animated weapon. Anti-magic fields might be fun to play with here. Hmm. Might be fun. Okay. So we have an idea of what the current state of the temple is. Iomade is not there. And the um, they have been guarding. Why can't I press G? They have been guarding whoopsies. The temple for months now, waiting for a return. Magic in the area has gone quiet. What am I trying to do? Animated armor. Yep, thought so. Also, anti-magic field. Diva and the Planetar are the only ones who can go into these anti-magic fields. I'm thinking that the anti-magic fields are only in place in whatever gauntlet type thing exists here. Whatever test that needs to be done. There's not going to be magic. Hmm. No. I could do something that makes. Oh God. I could do something that threatens the elemental dude. Oh, that would be evil. I kind of like the idea of giving them a dilemma. If like they fell in love with Calcifer. Hmm. Trying to think about what like if Calcifer was somehow blocked by the anti magic field or something. What if there's something about Calcifer that's revealed here? What if Calcifer is the embryo elemental? It's not a fiend. I've got to think about what Calcifer is here. Because that could be the test of one's faith. Oh, I gotta think about that for a second. I don't want to. I don't want it to be too forced. So yeah, let's look through the monster book here for a moment. Might get some inspiration. Not seeing anything that is catching my eye at the moment. Beyond feed, Chimera, Centaur, Ghoul, Cloaker, Waddle, Golly Hand, Demi-Lich, Demons. Yeah. Mains. Oh, that's interesting. Okay. Shadow Demon. Devils. I like the idea of Calcifer casually being some evil force or connected to some evil plot or something. So let's see here. What do we got? Young Red Shadow Dragon, looking forward to you. Entire section of dragons. Oh, Silver Dragon. Okay, we got a Drider, our Dryad, the Duergar. Elementals. All right. Method, Geonid, Smoke Method, Method. What the hell is a Twinga? That is adorable. That is absolutely adorable. And I kind of want to use it at some point. That is amazing. Oh, this is so cute. Okay, I need to put this in like D&D Twinga. Okay. Yeah, I love it. I'm gonna put this somewhere. I need Skull's Grove Honey Home, general notes. Okay, I'm gonna add a page here. This is gonna be features to use Twinga. Okay, love it. Those things are adorable. All right, let's go ahead and look at some other stuffs. Okay, I don't like that it does not scale. Okay, so we've got our Twinga. What's this guy? Page does not exist. Okay, Dust Method, Ice Method, Magma Method, Magmin. Small Elemental, Chaotic Neutral, Death Burst. A grinning, mischievous Magmin resembles a stumpy humanoid sculpted from black shell magma. Even when it isn't ablaze and radiating heat like a bonfire, small jets of flame erupt from its porous skin. Magmins are fire elemental spirits bound to physical forms by magic, and they appear in the material plane only when summoned. They view flammable objects as kindling for grand... Oh, wow. Magical control. The Magmin's hard magma shell prevents it from instantly igniting everything that it comes in contact with. However, like the fires inside them, magmans are capricious and unpredictable. That's a possibility. Fire snake, giant rider, azure, flail snail. The hell is it? Um, what? A flail snail. I can see why this was under legacy. I have to admit, it's kind of awesome. It's anti-magic shell, flail tentacles. Oh my god, that's hilarious. That is absolutely hilarious. Oh, this is an azure. Right. Okay. Yeah. Water weird? Sometimes they just need to like work on their names. Okay, so we got those Dust Devil, Salamander, Zorn, Galadur, Invisible Stalker, Fire Elemental, Myrmidon, Arl, Jin, or Jinny, Mirid, Dao, Afriti. Okay, let's look at these guys. Holy shit. No, this is not Calcifer. This is not what Calcifer is coming from. Calcifer's a baby. Calcifer has to be a baby in my mind. Calcifer is a baby of something. Definitely not a rock. Invisible Stalker. Oh, what the fuckity hell? Alright, what is this guy? Multi-attack. Invisible Stalker is an air elemental that has been summoned from its native plane. Its sole purpose is to hunt down creatures and retrieve objects from its summoner. For its summoner. When it is defeated or the magic that... yeah. Okay. Interesting. Interesting indeed. Fire Elemental Myrmidon. Armor class 18, hit points. Elemental Myrmidons are elementals conjured and bound by magic into ritually created suits of plate armor. They exist only to follow the commands of their creators. That is not our dude, Arl. Whoa. We've got some legendary actions here. Interesting. Merid, nope. Dao, nope. Afridi, nope. Afridi is an elemental. Immunity's fire. Challenge. Lawful evil. Uh, Genies are... So this is a sort of genie. Only a few can be found. The rest could be that... Could be that Calcifer is some sort of unholy spawn from some sort of unholy offspring between a genie and a fire elemental. That's interesting. Potential. Yeah, I think we can get rid of the Magman. All right. Arclight Phoenix. And a Phoenix. Okay, those are no pages here. Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay, so let's look at Okay, so Calcifer here is an unholy offspring between. Now, wait, is it Genie? There we go. Is a Genie. Okay, it's chaotic good. Whereas an Afriti is not lawful evil. Now let's go ahead and look back at our fire elemental. Oh no. No. There we go. Elementals are incarnations that make up the universe. On its home plane, the elemental is a bodiless life force. Its dim consciousness manifests as a physical shape only when focused by the power of magic. A wild spirit of elemental force has no desire except to course through the element of its native plane. Like beasts of the material plane, these elemental spirits have no society or culture, and little sense of being. Okay. A faint humanoid. So, the fire elemental. So let's do Calcifer. Calcifer. Made as unholy offspring. Not unholy. Unholy. Thank you very much. Between a 3D and a fire. All right, so now we got to figure out what's going on about the U3D. The Afriti. No, why does it have to be the Afriti? I could just do something that they already know, couldn't I? Could be the Necromancer, could be I got to get back to the main thing here. All right. Temple of Iomade, we have these guys. Let me see. So we have the current state of the temple. We need to make the temple map. We need to come up with Iomade's gauntlet. And we need to flesh out Iomade as a character. We already have fleshed out Iomade. We already know what the shield is going to be. It's going to be an animated shield. Okay. All right. So, temple map is next, as well as the gauntlet. We gotta figure out what the gauntlet is. I'm thinking. All right, let's go back to Iomade over here. Church of Iomade, threat. We inherited Iomade, our priest continues to promote teachings, peace through vigilance, providence, realm, appearance, relationships. Optimism, nasty. All right. What did we put over here? We put faith and loyalty, devotion, optimism, and tenacity. Devotion, optimism, tenacity. What sort of test could we do that's based off of those? All right, let's look up right, it's always a perfect place to look. So trial. Trial of honesty. If you have some dirt on the characters, if it's too early in the campaign for that, this one would be really hard. Trial of cunning is one that I could see being really good too. You are sent to go convince someone of something that is just clearly absurd. Trial of courage is one I see being very easy. Player character gets locked into a room that is enchanted to pull out their fears, and they can leave at any point, but must. Ooh, trial of courage. Interesting. Trial of mercy. Have one take place on the road. The players come. Trial of courage. The characters from their past, dead. Interesting. Trial of peace. Combatants do whatever the party does so that they might. For intelligence less cunning, you can do riddles. For some of these, especially the trial of temptation, I would suggest that you perform the trial out of the dungeon. Temptation. All right, so let's. Okay. Let's look up the opposite of devotion here and see if we can have some cool names. Animosity, dislike, hate, disloyalty, apathy, dishonesty, disregard. So okay, we'll do a trial of devotion. The trial of optimism. Trial. Let's see. Okay. Optimism. All right. So the trial of devotion. What can we do for the trial of devotion? Hmm. Um. For the trial of devotion, we want devotion, commitment, loyalty. Um. What would have pulled the characters, in particular, our character of Bjorn? What would have pulled them away? Something's gotta tempt them. Okay. All right. So we could always do piles of riches. The trial of devotion. How how are these trials presented? Um, hmm. Presented as three rooms in the temple. It could be a dungeon. It could be in the catacombs. After one large shrine room. One large shrine room. Um, so let me see. In the shrine room, there are these three doors. In each of the archways, a plaque simply stating the ideal of trial. So just say devotion, optimism, tenacity. Presented as 3 rooms in the temple. Catacombs. Catacombs have anti-magic fields, preventing players from using any magic. The shrine has the shrine room has the animated shield of Iomade, wistfully circling statue. Statue states the loyal her loyalty Iomede's loyalty was, yeah. Those who prove their loyalty to the I'm not spelling this right. Righteous? How the fuck do you spell righteous? Righteous. Those who prove their loyalty to the righteous. You are a righteous goddess. And loyalty. Receive loyalty from her followers. I'm not happy with these words. I wonder what happens if we do chat GPT and put in this and say, make it cooler. I like it. I like it better. Why don't we regenerate that? All right, I like that better as the first part. They shall be embraced with unwavering devotion. I do like unwavering. Unwavering devotion from her devout followers. I like that better. We are using that. Trial of devotion, optimism, tenacity. Plaque states that the statue is of Iomide, a 30-foot of Iomide. The statue is a 30-foot likeness of Iomide. She is holding her sword and shield. Forever for battle. Upon clearing the trials, the shield apply to the yarn, and he will speak to goddess. Briefly. The whole party will receive the boon of Iomide, which is what? Okay. So, for the trial of devotion, be a pile of riches. I came up with an idea a while ago, but I can't remember what it was. Could be a pile of riches. It could be something else entirely. I feel like a pile of riches is too cliche. Let me see. What do the players want? They want information. They want information, they want power, they want the dragon egg. They want fertilizer for the dragon egg. In the room, a single altar sits. The phrase celestial says, turn this into a riddle. In the room, a single altar sits with a phrase in celestial that says blank. Turn this into a riddle. What should it be? What should it be? What should it be? Um, ooh, let's pull from her book. Fertilizer for the dragon egg. The trial of devotion. Ooh, Ola should be here. She should be in the last trial. Fuck yeah, that's what I'm talking about. In the room, a single altar sits with a phrase in celestial that says, what? Okay, I'm liking this. I'm liking this a lot. All right, wait. I have an idea. Okay. Peace through vigilance. The dragon is here. All right. Okay. All right. Players go through a room and go through a giant cavern of gold and riches. There in the center of the layer. Plays a large golden dragon. If the players take any of the gold, then the illusion will fade and they will stop into quicksand style whirlpool full of gold coins. And we'll get to that point. All right. If they avoid the gold, they reach the dragon, and the dragon reveals himself to be, what's it called again? Peace through vigilance. Reveals themselves to be peace through vigilance. They avoid the gold, they reach the dragon, and the dragon reveals themselves to be peace through vigilance. The dragon states that they are one of Iomede's most devout apostles. One of Iomede's most devout apostles. Is peace through vigilance a boy or a girl? He. Knows. Iommede has observed that you have in your possession an unfertilized dragon egg. Unfertilized dragon egg. He offers to fertilize. He offers to fertilize the egg. So that it may be have chance at life. The dragon states that they are one of Iomede's most devout apostles. He says that Iomede has observed that you have in your possession an unfertilized dragon egg. You obviously fertilized it. Iomede. I admire. I admire your devotion. I admire your devotion to the holy, to the dragon face, and I'm sure that you raise it well. He offers to fertilize the dragon egg so that it may have a chance at life. If they avoid the goal, they reach the dragon, and the dragon reveals themselves to be peace through vigilance. Wrapped around the, or not wrapped around the tail. The dragon has wrapped around its, no, not wrapped around, has wrapped its tail around an altar that looks identical to the altar at the start, at the first room. This is gonna be cool. I like this. All right. I so badly want to eat sunflower seeds right now, but it would not be good for the recording. Okay. If they avoid the goal, they reach the dragon, and the dragon reveals themselves to be peace through vigilance. The dragon has wrapped around, or sorry, has wrapped its tail around the altar, an altar that looks around an altar, around a stone altar. In the room, a single stone altar sits. Altar sits with a phrase in Celestial that says, what? Proceed with unwavering devotion. Let no other your gaze shall not leave Holy. But let not your gaze stray from her sacred radiance. What am I? Okay. But still, I like this. Proceed with unwavering devotion, but let not your gaze stray away. I like how, yeah, okay. Yep. Proceed with unwavering devotion, but let not your gaze stray from her sacred radiance. Players go through. There's something missing here. What happens at the altar? As resting inside the bowl. The altar has resting inside the bowl. What are the artifacts that she would have? I'm thinking, yeah, she's all about this stuff, but like something through her childhood, her mortal life. The most famous of the military orders, you know who's rank? Okay. As a mortal, Iomade was a human born in Cheliax. After joining the Shining Crusade, she ascended including the creation of the artifact Heart's Edge. From the pieces of Iomede's sword that had been broken, an action immortalized as Iomede's sixth act. Also in this time, Iomade completed her 10th act after ruling Cantaria for a year and a day, battling faceless stalkers under the control of what about a wooden practice sword? A small wooden toy sword. Players go through the giant cavern of golden riches. There in the center of the lair lies a large gold dragon. If the players take any of the gold, then the illusion will fade and they will be sucked into a quicksand style whirlpool of golden coins. And what happens at the end of that? They are teleported into the main halls of the temple. No, they're teleported into the altar room. They're teleported into the shrine room. A small spigot of coins that land around the players. Here, I've always been curious about this. How to deal fall. Why am I pressing space when I don't need to? Fall damage in D. The character takes 1d6 points of damage for every 10 feet fallen, up to a maximum of 20d6. So I think this would be about 50 feet. So 5d6 damage. Put that in the wrong place. The runes are shut off with a magical failure. If they avoid the gold, they reach the dragon, and the dragon reveals himself to be peace through vigilance. The dragon has wrapped its tail around a stone altar that looks identical to the altar at the first room. The dragon states that they are one of Iomede's most devout apostles. He says that Iomede has observed that you have in your possession an unfertilized dragon egg. I admire your devotion to the draconic race, and I'm sure that you raise it well. He offers to fertilize the egg so that it may have a chance at life. If the players refuse, the dragon lets them put sword in the altar, and they complete that trial. If they accept, then the dragon does a fire attack on them, and they teleport to the shrine room, dealing 5d6 fall damage. Fertilizer for the dragon egg. Yep. Okay. So I think that's one of the trials pretty much done. Oof. Okay. The Trial of Devotion. Presented as 3 rooms in the temple catacombs in one large shrine room with 3 doors. Presented as 3 rooms in the temple catacombs in one large shrine room. 3 doors, and in each of the archways, a plaque simply stating the ideal of the trial. The catacombs have anti-magic fields preventing the players from using any magic. The shrine room has the animated shield of Iomede wistfully circling her statue. The plaque states, "Those who pledge unwavering allegiance to our noble goddess Iomede shall be embraced with unwavering devotion from her devout followers." The statue is a 30-foot likeness of Iomede. She is holding her sword and shield, forever ready for battle. If they enter the Trial of Devotion. In the room, a single stone altar sits with a phrase in Celestial that says, "Proceed with unwavering devotion, but let not your gaze stray from her sacred radiance." The altar has rested inside the bowl a small wooden toy sword. Upon picking up the sword, all players are teleported to a large cavern. Players go through a giant cavern of gold and riches. There, in the center of the layer, lays a large golden dragon. If the players take any of the gold, then the illusion will fade and they will be sucked into a quicksand-style whirlpool of golden coins. They are teleported into the shrine room with a small spade of coins that land around the players and take 5d6 fall damage. That should be a sub-point of this. If they avoid the gold, they reach the dragon, and the dragon reveals themselves to be peace through vigilance. The dragon has wrapped its tail around a stone altar that looks identical to the altar in the first room. It reads in Celestial, make this sound like a only ever knew. The path of valor. She tread solely upon. There we go. Okay. Players go through a giant cavern of golden riches, blah, 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 blah. In the room, a single stone altar sits with a phrase in Celestial that says, "Proceed with unwavering devotion, but let not your gaze stray from her sacred radiance." Players go through a giant cavern of gold and riches. There, in the center of the layer, lays a large golden dragon. If the players take any of the gold on the illusion, if they are teleported to the shrine room, blah blah blah. If they avoid the gold, they reach the dragon, and the dragon reveals themselves to be peace through vigilance. The dragon has wrapped its tail around a stone altar that looks identical to the altar at the first room. It reads in Celestial, "She treads slowly upon the path of valor, for it was the very fabric of her being." The dragon states that they are one of Iomede's most devout apostles. He says that Iomede has observed that you have in your possession an unfertilized dragon egg. Iomede has observed I am peace through vigilance. Peace through vigilance. One of Iomede's most devout followers. Most devout followers. Iomede has informed me that she observed that in your possession is an unfertilized dragon egg. I admire your devotion to the draconic race, and I'm sure that you would raise it well. If you would like. I can fertilize this egg for you. So that it might have a chance at life. Might have a chance at a good life. Life can be raised knowing the Church of Iomede. The dragon lets them put the sword in the altar and they complete that trial. If they accept, then the dragon does a fire breath attack on them and they teleport to the shrine room at dealing 1 or 5d6 fall damage. Okay. I like it. The trial. Upon completing the trial, they will be teleported to the shrine room where the trial has a magical barrier, and its plaque glows softly magical light. Okay. The trial of optimism. So we have done temptation with devotion. Let's go ahead and look up optimism so that it might give us some inspiration. Okay, antonyms: depression, fear, distrust, sadness, doubt, sorrow, unhappiness, uncertainty, discouragement, gloom. Okay. Here it might be a good time to bring in some of their past. Maybe some people that they've lost. All right, so here we'll start with this. In the room, a single stone altar sits with a phrase in Celestial that says, let's go back to ChatGPT for this guy. No, I said copy. what should it say? Something along the lines of proceed knowing that in her light in her knowing that no matter your loss, Iomade lost her no matter the loss. No matter the loss, drowning in sorrow. Drowning in sorrow will only make warrior weaker. And distract from her glory. Iomede's chosen warrior understands sorrow's embrace weakens the spirit, veiling the radiant path to her triumphant glory. I like it. Sorrow's embrace weakens the spirit, veiling the radiant path to her triumphant glory. The altar has resting inside the bowl. What? Severed head. No, even better. A golden ring. A golden ring with the altar is resting inside the bowl, a golden ring. A golden ring the altar has resting inside the bowl a golden ring with I think I know what the trial is going to be. That's why I'm smiling. A golden ring with encrusted topaz and diamonds. Upon picking up the ring, upon picking the ring up, upon picking English, Isaiah, English. Upon picking up the ring, all players are teleported to a room to the peak of a snowy mountain. there. The altar is resting inside the bowl, a golden ring with encrusted topaz and diamonds. Upon picking up the ring, all players are teleported to the peak of a snowy mountain. The mountain will deal 1d8 cold damage every minute. We're going to say 2d6 cold damage every minute. And immediately, the mountain will deal 2d6 cold damage every minute, and immediately Calcifier will start to be smothered. Will start getting smothered. The players have to follow a path in front of the players. A path is in front of the players, which takes them to the next mountaintop. Here, there is a stone platform, braziers, and a stone altar lay. Proceed with unwavering devotion, but let not your gaze stray from her sacred radiance. A path is in front of the players, which takes them to the next mountaintop, where a stone platform, lit braziers, and a stone altar lay. Where a platform, lit braziers, and a stone altar lay. Along the trek. What was the last one again? Devotion, tenacity. Okay. Along the trek, Calcifier will die. He will smother and sizzle until all that is left is a small, fleshy, red embryo. Small, semi-translucent embryo. I'm spelling that wrong. Okay, I got it right the first time. I doubted myself. Small, semi-translucent orb. Embryo. semi-translucent orb which has inside it a dead embryo. If on reaching the altar, there will be, upon reaching the stone altar, the players will see a scroll of Vivify. In the basin. The basin reads not loss, cloud, or judgment. For I gotta get up because I'm excited. I kind of want them to just like go past the town of Durthach so that they can get to this. Oh, I think this is gonna be good. I think this is gonna be good. Let not loss cloud your judgment for her warriors shall always be sound of mind. Loss shall never obscure your discernment. That should be judgment. For her warriors remain steadfast and unwearied. Okay. For warriors remain steadfast in their unwavering clarity of purpose. If the players choose to revive, also, if the players pick up the scroll of Revivify, the altar golden ring with encrusted topaz and diamonds on pickup this morning. If the players pick up the scroll of Revivify, the altar Okay, here we go. Um, Pick up the scroll of Revivify. The altar will not teleport them back until if they put the ring in the bowl. Only when destroying or otherwise destroying or returning the scroll will they be able to return successfully. If the players revive Calcifier, then they will be hit by a spell of what's the spell? Ice Storm. And be returned. If the players revive Calcifier, they will be hit by a spell of Ice Storm and be returned to the They need to know that Ola's there. They need to know that Ola's there. Otherwise, the only incentive is the shield. Okay, yep, so I gotta go back. At the base of the statue is a travel pack, and in it a journal. Owned by Ola. Journal describes her descent back into the Underdark. And the last page details how she found the trial and will attempt to complete it. She heard people can directly to the gods of their creation after such trials and wishes for her wisdom. Wishes for her wisdom and to know here. Yeah. Yep, they definitely have to see Yola in there. Okay. And we returned to the altar, not altar, shrine room. If the players revive Calcifier, then they'll be hit with the spell of Ice Storm and return to the shrine room. And dealt 5d6 fall damage. Upon completing the trial. Oh, I did will twice. They will be teleported to the shrine room where the trial arch has a magical bear. Has a magical barrier, and its plaque glows softly with magical light. And its plaque glows softly. Its plaque softly glows. It's hard to say. With magical light. That completes the second one. Okay. This is exciting. I like where this is going. The last trial is next. And I think that this has been a big enough stream so far. I'm going to continue building this, of course, for tomorrow, and come up with the map and such. And yeah, this I will do. Sorry, just thinking about the trial, the last trial now. But yeah, so I gotta take a moment, get up, stretch my legs, stop typing and such. And I'm gonna think about this, finish this, and yeah. Thank you for anybody who watched the video and such. And I hopefully will see you guys tomorrow at around 6, I think. I think 6 is our starting time to actually deal with this nonsense. So hopefully they can get past the town of Durthach quickly so they can get to this temple and into these trials. Because, oh God, I want them to do these trials. I'm excited for it. All right. Well, ciao.